Yes, good morning children. This is the part 5 of integers, the second property under subtraction. Properties of integers under subtraction is the second one. Here also we have to check all the properties: closure property, commutative property, associative property, subtraction identity, and in subtraction inverse. Whether these all 5 properties are following under subtraction or not, that we shall check here. Okay. So first one, closure property. So closure property, if you take any two integers, a and b are two integers, then a minus b also belongs to the set of integers. Then we can say this property is following under subtraction. So we will check whether these integers are following the property, closure property under subtraction or not. So we have taken 2 and 3. Those are the two integers I have taken. Then 2 minus 3, a minus b means 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1, we know. Minus 1 also belongs to set of integers because minus 1 is also an element in the set of integers. So it followed. Second example, one positive integer and one negative integer I have taken. So 3 and minus 7 are integers. 3 minus of minus 7. Minus of minus means minus into minus is equal to plus. So 3 plus 7 is equal to 10. It is also an integer. So here also it is following. Both negative integers, minus 5 and minus 6 I have taken. So minus 5 and minus 6 means minus 5 minus of minus 6. That is equal to minus 5, minus into minus is equal to plus 6. So 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. It is also an integer. So in set of integers, if you take any two integers, they will be, their difference is also an integer. Then we can say the closure property is followed under subtraction in set of integers. Okay, this is the first property. Now the second property is commutative property. Okay, so we shall go to the commutative property. Commutative property under subtraction. If you take any two integers a and b belongs to set of integers, then a minus b should be equal to b minus a. Then only we can say this property is following under subtraction. We shall take an example and we shall check. 3 and 5 I have taken. 3 minus 5 is equal to 5 minus 3. A minus b is equal to b minus a. So 3 minus 5 is equal to minus 2. And 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. I think you know these two are not equal because this is a negative integer, this is a positive integer. So minus 2 is not equal to plus 2. Therefore, from this we can say commutative property is not followed under subtraction. If you take any two integers, it will not be followed. So not followed means no need to take number of examples. Roughly you can take in a rough paper, you can take some of the integers and you can check whether these are following or not. But always it will not be followed under subtraction. So commutative property is not followed under subtraction in set of integers. Okay, so please note down. The next one is associative property. In the associative property, already in the addition we checked that is satisfying this condition. But in the subtraction, if you take any three integers, a, b, c are three integers you have taken. A minus b minus c is equal to a minus b minus c. If it holds, it satisfies, then we can say this property is followed under subtraction in the set of integers. So we can take an example. 3, 4 and 6 are the elements of set of integers. So 3, 4, 6 belongs to integers. Then 3 minus 4 minus 6 is equal to 3 minus 4 minus 6. So for this 3 minus 4 minus 6 is equal to minus 2. 3 minus 4 is equal to minus 1 and this is equal to minus 6. 3 minus into minus is equal to plus 2 and minus 1 minus 6. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5 and minus 1 minus 6 is equal to minus 7. These two are not equal. Okay, so 5 is not equal to minus 7. That means 5 is not equal to minus 7. So it is not following under subtraction. Associative property is not following under subtraction in the set of integers, because left side values are not equal to right hand side values. Understand? So this is the third property. In the subtraction, only the first property and second property, third property we have seen. Closure property, commutative property and associative property we have seen. So they are not followed. That means here in subtraction we did not have any identity element and we did not have any inverse, subtractive inverse. So no need to discuss about those. So directly we can go for the next topic, that is multiplication of integers. So the third one is multiplication of integers. In the multiplication we have to check whether those properties are following or not. Here again we are taking the first property, closure property. Let A and B belongs to set of integers, then A into B also belongs to set of integers. If it follows, we can say closure property is following under multiplication in integers. For this we can take an example. 3 and 5 belongs to set of integers, then 3 into 5, 3 5s are 15, 50 is also an integer. So closure property is following under multiplication. Another example, minus 5 comma minus 7 belongs to set of integers, then minus 5 into minus 7 is equal to minus into minus plus 7 into 5 is equal to 35. That also belongs to set of integers. Okay, 5 and minus 4 belongs to set of integers, then 5 into minus 4 is equal to 5 4s are 20 minus 20. This also belongs to integers. So in the set of integers in multiplication, closure property is following. So set of integers is closed under multiplication. We can say set of integers is closed under multiplication. This is the first property in the multiplication. So closure property is following in the multiplication. The second property in the multiplication, commutative property. If you take any two integers A and B, A into B is equal to B into A. If it satisfies, we can say commutative property is following under multiplication. For this we can take an example. 3 and 5 belongs to set of integers. Then 3 into 5 is equal to 5 into 3. 3 5s are 15 is equal to 5 3s are 15. So this is also belongs to set of integers and it is following. We can take another example. Minus 6 and minus 5 belongs to set of integers. So minus 6 into minus 5 is equal to minus 5 into minus 6. Minus into minus plus 6 5s are 30. This side also minus into minus plus 5 6s are 30. So 30 is equal to 30. That means both sides are h is equal to RHS we got. That's why here the commutative property is following under multiplication in the set of integers. So here you have to remember A into B is equal to B into A. The sum of the multiplication of first one and second one should be equal to the multiplication of the product of second one and first one. Then we can say this property is following. Okay. The next property is associative property. In the associative property, if you take any three integers A, B, C belongs to set of integers, then A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. A into, that means the product of first integer and the product of second and third integers. That should be equal to the product of first two integers and the product of third one. So this should be equal. Then we can say this associative property is following under multiplication in set of integers. For this also we can take an example. Here 2, 3, 5 I am taking, they are belong to set of integers. So 2 into 3 into 5 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. 2 into 3 5s are 15. 2 3s are 6. 6 into 5. 2 15s are 30 and 6 5s are 30. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. Both are equal. So it is holding. That means associative property is following under multiplication in set of integers. Like this you can take number of examples. Here I have taken one example. Suppose I have taken all the negative numbers. All the positive integers means it is okay. But what's about all the negative integers? That also we shall see. -2, -3 and -5. Same numbers with changing the symbols. -2 into -3 into -5 is equal to -2 into -3 into -5. So -2 into minus plus 3 5s are 15. -2 into -3 is equal to +6 into -5. -2 into 15 is equal to -30. 6 into -5 is equal to also -30. So here also it is following the associative property. That means for positive integers or negative integers, any type of integers, this associative property will be following. Okay. So from this we can say associative property is following under multiplication in the set of integers. So the next property is multiplicative identity. Identity means I told you only one. One number should be there. That whether that number is there or not we can say. Let A belongs to set of integers. A should be multiplied with some number or some number should be multiplied with A. Again you have to get A. A should be multiplied with a number or a number is multiplied by A. We have to get the same number A. Then we can say this number is called the multiplicative identity. In set of integers, all the positive numbers are there and negative numbers are there. Okay. So all the positive numbers and negative numbers are there. So here, A should be multiplied with some number to get A. That is nothing but A1 sha A. 1 into A is equal to A. So 1 belongs to set of integers. So here multiplicative identity exists. For this example, I am taking 5 belongs to set of integers. Then 5 into 1 is equal to 1 into 5 is equal to 5. -7 belongs to set of integers. -7 into 1 is equal to 1 into -7. This is equal to -7. The same number we are getting. If you multiply with 1 also, we are getting the same number. So multiplicative identity exists in the set of integers. Next, see this one identity means we have taken only 1. 1 is the number we have taken. Next one, multiplication by 0. Suppose any number is multiplied with 0, what is the value we will get? Here suppose I have taken A is belongs to set of integers, then A into 0 is equal to 0 into A is equal to 0. That means multiplication of any number with 0 will be equal to 0. Okay. For example, I have taken 6 into 0 is equal to 0. 8 into 0 is equal to 0. -7 into 0 is equal to 0. Okay. So like this, for all numbers, for all integers, any integer is multiplying with 0, we can get the result is 0. Okay. The multiplication of 0 with any number or any integer is multiplying with 0, we can get the answer will become 0. Understand? Next here, a special property is there in the multiplication over addition. That is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. What is this distributive property? Means one integer will be distributed among the other two integers. Here I have taken A, B, C, they are the three integers. A into B plus C, the sum of second and third integers is multiplied with the first integer. Now it will be A into B plus A into C. That will be distributing among those two integers under addition. So that's why this is called as distributive property, and it is also called as distribution of multiplication over addition. Okay, so this distributive property is followed in the integers or not, that we shall check now. Here I am taking an example 2, 5, 7. These three numbers belongs to set of integers. So A into B plus C means 2 into 5 plus 7 is equal to 2 into 5 plus 2 into 7. 2 into 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. Okay. This is equal to 2 into 5, 10. 2 7 are 14. 2 into 12 is equal to 24, and 10 plus 14 is also equal to 24. So both sides we got the same thing. Not only for these numbers, if you take any three integers, you can get the same. Left hand side should be equal to right hand side. So we can say distributive properties following in set of integers in multiplication under addition. Okay. So this is the multiplication properties. Okay. So in the multiplication, all the properties are followed. What are the properties? Closure property is followed. Commutative property is followed. Associative property is followed. Multiplicative identity is there. But we did not discuss about the multiplicative inverse. Why? Multiplicative inverse means, suppose 4 we have taken. 4 should be multiplied with some number to get the answer is equal to 1. To get 1, 4 should be multiplied with only 1 by 4. Or 3 we have taken. 3 should be multiplied with 1 by 3. Or 10 we have taken. 10 is multiplied with 1 by 10. Then only we can get 1. But here only we have complete numbers are there, integers. No fractions are there. No 1 by 10 or 2 by 3 or 5 by 6. Fractions are not there. That's why in integers, multiplicative inverse cannot be found. Understand? So that can be found in other numbers, set of numbers. That we shall see later, not now. In the higher classes, you learn about the multiplication of set of numbers, multiplicative inverse of set of numbers. Okay, that is followed for only some of the set of numbers, not for all. So multiplicative inverse is not there for the natural numbers, for the whole numbers, and for the integers also. Understand? So these are the properties of multiplication. Now the division, basic mathematical operation, division. So in the division, we have to check the properties. Closure property. First we are going to discuss about the closure property. Suppose I have taken two integers. If A divided by B, the first integer is divided by the second integer, we can say that it follows the closure property under division. For example, I have taken 2 and 3. They are belong to set of integers. If I take this 2 divided by 3 means I will get 2 by 3. It's a fraction. It does not belong to set of integers. Does not belong to set of integers. Okay. So this is not following under division. And another example, 3 and 6 I have taken. 3 and 6 means 3 divided by 6. 3 divided by 6 means 3 by 6. 3 1 ja, 3 2 ja. This 1 by 2 also does not belong to set of integers. So in division it is not possible to get the closure property. That means closure property is not followed under division in the set of integers. Closure property. Next we shall go for the. So the next one is commutative property under division. In the commutative property, I have taken two integers a and b. A divided by b is equal to b divided by a. If it satisfies, we can say commutative property is following under division the set of integers. For this we can take an example. 5 and 6 I have taken two integers. 5 divided by 6 is equal to 6 divided by 5 I have written. But 5 divided by 6 means 5 by 6. 6 divided by 5 means 6 by 5. 5 by 6 is not equal to 6 by 5. And one more, 5 by 6 does not belong to set of integers. 6 by 5 is does not belong to set of integers. So this commutative property will not be followed under division in set of integers. Okay. So closure property is not followed. Commutative property is not followed. Then automatically associative property will not be followed. That no need to explain. And now we have to discuss about the division with 0 and with 1. Yes. This is division by 0 of integers. Like whole numbers, we can say division by any integer is also meaningless. Because division by whole numbers, division by 0 is also meaningless. Like that, integers division by 0 is also meaningless. Because suppose I have taken a belongs to set of integers, a divided by 0 is meaningless because we cannot get it is undefined. So a divided by 0 is not defined. That's why it is a meaningless. Okay. For any integer, it is true. Division by 0 or any integer, 0 is divided by any integer. Is 0 is divided by any integer, that we shall see. 0 divided by a is equal to, its meaning is equal to 0 by a. 0 by anything is equal to 0. 0 divided by 7 is equal to 0 by 7 is equal to 0. So from this we can understand 2 points. Any number is divided by 0 is meaningless and undefined. And 0 is divided by any number is equal to 0. That means 0 by anything is equal to 0. So from this we can understand 0 by anything is equal to 0. Okay. Next one is division by 1. Any integer is divided by 1. Suppose a belongs to set of integers. Here I have taken a divided by 1. It is nothing but a by 1 is equal to a. The same number we are getting as the quotient. Example. 4 belongs to set of integers. 4 divided by 1 is equal to 4. Minus 8 belongs to set of integers. Minus 8 divided by 1 is equal to minus 8. So we are obtaining the same number or same integer which we have taken. That's why division by 1. If you divide any integer by 1, you can get the same integer along with its symbol. If it is positive integer, you can get the same positive integer. If it is negative integer, you can get the same negative integer. There will be no change. Okay. So these are the properties of integers under addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now what you have to do is, you have to go through the textbook and properties are given, definitions are given. What I explained on the board, those are only given. So after that some examples are there, some exercise sums are there. You have to try to do the sums. Exercise sums again we shall discuss later in the other video. Okay. Thank you.